Hey, Sealclops book reviews once again back. Today I'm going to be reviewing Cursed to Be Mine, written by Miranda Grant. Enjoy! Cursed to Be Mine, written by the author Miranda Grant. This is the first in the Book of Shadows series. I read this as an ebook, and it is very dark and intense. So just be aware. Do not dive into this book unless you've read the trigger warnings and you're happy to go ahead. And yeah, enjoy. So the genre and the tropes. So romance, paranormal, dark, witches, vampires, werewolves, and what do I have? War. How does the book compare with other books in the genre? Wow, this book is an extremely dark and explicit fantasy romance. I've not yet read Harley Laroe's books, but can imagine they would be on a similar wavelength. The only thing close in intensity I can think of is Den of Vipers, another extremely dark romance but without the paranormal aspects included in this story. How does it match up to your expectations of the genre? So I really enjoyed this book once I got past the first twist in chapter 13. I'm not sure if that makes me messed up, but so be it. This book was dark, gruesome, and contained explicit sex scenes. The story, though, was amazing. It ends on a cliffhanger and has 2 books afterwards and a prequel I now need to read ASAP. The summary. Hurting my girl is an unforgivable sin. My neighbour doesn't know I have a key to her house. Doesn't know I watch her sleep or that the dreams of me she has aren't merely dreams. She doesn't know she's my girl, who I've claimed in a blood ritual that bind our souls together. When she goes out hunting for the supernatural, she draws the attention of Antonio Garcia, alpha of the werewolves and head of a rival gang. He'll attack her to get to me, to deal a blow to my family that will weaken us in the coming war. But I am the reaper who everyone fears, the cleaner of the family. If anyone touches my girl, if they even just look at her wrong, they'll die. Only Antonio is consuming something that is causing his power to grow exponentially, and there is a traitor feeding him information. Someone close to me is willing to sacrifice my girl to take control of our family. Can I hunt them down before they hurt what's mine? Or will they damage her before I can save her? The analysis. So I just want to quickly say, this book when it first was released, I kept on seeing it all over Facebook and it was on my to be read for ages, but I had to be in the right mindset to read it. I also had a feeling it was going to be the first in a series and I have trouble reading those sorts of books. And yeah, I found out there's going to be, the second for this one is out, but there's a third that comes out very soon. I'm eagerly awaiting for before I dive into the rest of the books, as I do not have the patience to read them and then have to stop. Plot and theme. Do not, under any circumstances, do not finish this book before you have finished chapter 13. I very almost did, and it would have been a horrible mistake. This book will make you angry. A character is an awful human being. She made me rant and rave whilst reading. She very nearly made me put this book aside. But if you do this, then you'll miss the twist. You will not reach the amazing story that follows, the obsessive love that grows between the 2 main characters, or the threat unearthed between the vampires, werewolves, and witches. This book begins the battle between the supernatural beings fighting to control them all. Pacing, emotion, ending, and plot holes. Miranda Grant took a risk beginning the book the way she did. I wonder how many people stopped reading before finishing the 13th chapter. I was shocked with the twist. I did not see it coming, which is rare for me. The emotions are strong. I really enjoyed how Khalid let himself feel and did not hold back his tears after a devastating scene. Although the author says that all of the books can be read as standalones, this book should be read first. It hints at events that take place in the prequel, Khalid's mother's story, the darkest of them all, they say. So yeah, definitely prepare yourself before going into that one. I haven't read it yet. Just quick side note, I never read the prequels straight away. I plan to read the whole series and then go back and read the prequel. So it introduces you to the characters in the second book, 4 months earlier, which wasn't meant to be written but had to be told. And finally the third book, which from what I can tell picks up after the events of this book, but from the eldest brother and his fiance's point of views, hopefully to be released on the 19th of February. And looking at the date today, it's the 18th of February. So maybe I will go and read book 2, getting ready for book 3 to be released tomorrow. When I said book 2 wasn't meant to be written, she actually put in the earliest versions of book 1, which was my version as well, that the next book, and she gave the title, will be coming out shortly, and had a little excerpt. And from everywhere, it has now been pushed to book 3. So the events in book 2 sort of go back 4 months before the events of book 1, but they work to sort of intertwine book 1 and book 3, make it make a bit more sense, give detail, histories to the characters as well. So it could also be considered, I guess, book 1.5. The recommendation. I knew this book was going to be dark and with some questionable scenes from all of the posts scattered across social media. Boy, they were not kidding. Knowing all of that going into this book, I was able to really enjoy the messed up paranormal romance. Being able to sink into a different world is one of the reasons why I love books so much. Miranda Grant created a dark and passionate world just waiting to be explored. My review. So I gave it 4.5 stars out of 5. So very, very high. I hardly ever give books 5 out of 5 unless I'm absolutely in love with them. This was very, very close. So a satisfyingly dark paranormal romance with more books to come. The only thing that dropped at half the star was the strange start, and before the twist in chapter 13, I very, very, very almost put the book down and stopped reading. I was even talking to my partner about doing it because of how much it was annoying and upsetting me. And then I got to chapter 13 and it all made sense. So a very bold move for the author. And yeah, if you give this book a go, stick it out. It's worth it. Thank you for watching my review on Cursed to Be Mine. Keep an eye out for book 2, Tethered Souls, which is currently out, and book 3, which comes out tomorrow, which is called Broken Souls as well. And from everything I've seen, hopefully wraps up the series. Also check out the prequel if you're prepared enough to read how dark and twisted it is. Behind the Mask, I'm 99% sure that one is called. Definitely give it a go. Let me know what you think. Bye.